There she is. There's Nikki, standing there in the doorway, watching. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Nikki. Nikki tends to be a bit hyper sometimes. Especially in the morning. She has all this energy. Okay. Hello. This is Barbara from Wigs and Fluff. I kept it. There it is, sitting right there on my head. I kept it. I got to looking at it yesterday, and I tried it on again. And I thought, you know, I can wear this wig. It's not that bad. It's got the height I need. It's got the puffy bangs. So that allows me to be able to wear it. Okay, it's a bit on the short side for me, but so are most of my wigs. So I decided, yeah, the color's not that bad. I've seen worse. So I decided to keep it. I love wigs. So anyways, I'm wearing it behind my ears. That's my choice because I think it's cuter that way. I just do. And big hoop earrings seems to help. That elongates my face a little bit. So I use the big hoop earrings and that helps a little bit. So anyways, that's what I'm doing. I decided that that's what I was going to do. I put it on yesterday and I got to thinking about it and I thought, it's not that bad. This is the Allure from John Renault in number 22. I'm still a little angst about the 22 number. I wish there was a way to describe it. I don't know what I would describe it as. Iced something. Iced vanilla, maybe. Maybe iced vanilla instead of glazed vanilla. I think I might choose iced vanilla. Then I got to thinking about it and I thought, does this really look like a wig? You know, sometimes there are some wigs that are so bad that you see it coming and you know, that's a wig. But this one, I'm not quite sure. I think it looks more natural than what I realized. So I wore it out yesterday. Went down to Starbucks, got something to drink. Got a compliment. Somebody said, I like your hair. So that made me feel better, that maybe I made the right decision to go ahead and keep it. It was not an expensive wig. It was only $112 on Amazon. It was relatively a cheap wig. It wasn't a $20 one, but it was relatively cheap for a wig. But I don't know. I decided yesterday afternoon that I really liked it, so I decided to keep it. So what do you think? Give me a comment below and tell me what you think. Was it a good choice or was it a bad choice? But I cut off the tag, and once you cut off the tag, you can't return it. So I've decided to keep it. I've decided that I can wear this wig if I put it behind my ears, wear earrings, and the bangs fluffy are good. I'll show you the back again so that you can see it. There's the side view. See how short that is? I feel like with this hairdo, I need a little fluffy dog, a foo-foo dog. There's the back. Let me give you a good view of it. It really is pretty smooth and nice in the back. If I can, this stand is really rather low. There's the side view. See how I wear it behind my ear? I think that helps. That's just my opinion, but I think it actually helps with this wig. So I don't know how many I have right now, but anyways, I decided I liked it. I think I would call this iced vanilla if I was in charge of doing that. But I hope they do. I hope John Renaud starts naming their colors, because it does help. John Renaud people, it helps. It really does. For you to tell me that this color is biscuit, or this color is glazed vanilla, or red, or whatever, or caramel, or whatever. It helps with the description. It helps the buyer to understand what they're getting, rather than a 22. 22 tells me nothing. I don't know what that means. It just is a formula or reference to a formula for a color. But I decided to keep it. I love wigs. This one is borderline. I should have returned it. But I kind of like it, really. I feel like I need a foo-foo dog in a basket. You know, like one of those ladies who have a big wicker basket and keeps her foo-foo dog, or a big purse and keeps her foo-foo dog, her little poodle dog, in her purse. That's what I feel like. But as for me, I'm more of the big dog type. That's just me. I live on the lake, and I like having a lab. I've always had black labs while I lived here, always. So that's just me. I like big dogs. I like black labs. So that's Nikki. Her name is Nicolas Cage, after the actor, and we call her Nikki. I know Nicolas Cage is a guy, Nikki's a girl, but we call her Nikki anyways. So that was the first thing the vet pointed out to me when I got her. So Nikki spent her first 2 years in a shelter. So we've had some struggles. It's like adopting a child, honestly. And you never know what that child's been through. So I don't know what Nikki's been through. What caused her to end up in a shelter for her first 2 years, other than the fact that she's really crazy hyperactive. But then again, most labs are. They're just like that. They're just crazy hyperactive dogs. But I love dogs, and I love wigs, and I love big dogs, so I got Nikki. Okay, enough about my dog. This wig is cute. I've decided. It's cute. I like it. It's cute. And it kind of works. So let me know in the description below. Give me a comment about it. Don't be mean. Be nice. But give me a comment and tell me what you really think about this wig. Am I just crazy? Sometimes I just imagine that it's better than it is. But I kind of like it, really, when all is said and done. But I really think I need a big person, a foo-foo dog, with this wig. But it's not going to be good for summer, because it had that big piece of lace in the front, if you remember. It had the big piece of lace in the front, had open weave in the back. So it's not going to be an especially cool wig. Not like some of the others that I have that are really open weave, and that will be great for summer. Although it is nice and short, so there's coolness on my neck. It's not like it comes down long. So, sorry, it's that time of year, and my allergies start early, and they just keep on going. So, anyways. That's what I think. I think it's cute. The color is, I don't know. I would call it ice vanilla. But that's just me. So it's number 22 for whatever. So anyways, that's my rant for today. Today I have a story for you, and it's about the 10 Commandments. Now, I didn't paint a picture of it because that would be hard, but I do have a diagram. Now, Moses and the people of Israel had been in the wilderness for some time, and God had called Moses up to Mount Sinai. Remember Mount Sinai? And gave him the 10 Commandments. And while he was up there for 40 some days, he was up there a really long time, just talking to God, spending the night up there, just spending all this time with God. And the people of Israel had camped down below the mountain. And the presence of God, see all the smoke and the fire and the lightning? The presence of God just settled on that mountain, on Mount Sinai. And the people down here were watching and waiting for Moses to come back, and pretty soon they gave up and they went to Aaron, over this way. They went to Aaron and they said, Aaron, he's run off, he's abandoned us. He's not coming back, something happened. And they said, we need something else to worship. So they brought all their jewelry to Aaron, and they had him melt it all down, all the gold, and fashion a calf. While they were up there, God saw them doing that. And he said, Moses, there's trouble down below with the people. You need to go back and fix this right now. And he told Moses what they were doing. And Moses came down and he went over to Aaron and he said, what's going on? Why are you making this calf? And Aaron just lied and said, I don't know. I just put in all this gold and out came a calf. Lie, lie, lie. Aaron was just trying to appease the people of Israel so they wouldn't moan and complain and get angry. So while Moses was up there on that mountain, Mount Sinai, he also told Moses that he wanted to be with the people of Israel a lot closer. And he asked them to make for him a tabernacle. Now, a tabernacle was a tent. So it was like a traveling RV for the Lord, basically. So the presence of the Lord was in the pillar of smoke and the pillar of fire. And when they stopped and they camped, they were to pitch a big tent. And this is the outside of it. This is the fence around it. And he gave explicit, detailed instructions as to how it would be built and what was supposed to be in it. There is a gate at the front, and over here is the altar of sacrifice, because the people of Israel were to bring in animals to sacrifice. There's a little ramp where the animals could be walked up and put in the pit. And these are horns on either side of it, so you could tie the animal off while he was sacrificed. This is the brazen laver, and this is where they washed their hands to prepare to go into the Holy of Holies. So only once a year could they go in way back here. Usually they were in here doing the incense, the altar of incenser, where they had sweet-smelling incense all the time. They have a golden lampstand that was lit all the time. And the table of showbread, which was bread that was a sacrifice as well. So they would bring in loaves of bread once a week and trade them out. And the old bread, the priests got to eat. The old bread that wasn't used. So this is the curtain, and the curtain was usually in blue and purple and scarlet. Those were the colors for the curtain. And for this curtain back here, there was another curtain in the back here. Now the priest would come in here every day, light the altar, keep it going. Once a week for the table of showbread, and make sure the lampstand was going. That was his job, is to go into this part here. He could not go past the curtain, but only once a year. Once a year, he would bring in the blood of a goat, a newborn, past the curtain, and back here was the Ark of Covenant, the Ark of the Covenant. Inside it was the 10 Commandments that Moses had, that God gave him. And on the top were the angel wings, these little angels. You've seen the Ark of the Covenant in movies. They had little angels on the top of it and stuff. Inside here was called the Holy of Holies, only once a year. And if anybody other than that one particular priest went in here, they would die. They would die. And many times they would put a rope on the ankle of the priest just in case, so they could pull him back out before he died. But this is where the presence of the Lord lived among the people of Israel. So it was like a traveling RV for the Lord. He wanted to live among the people. And so this is where they did the animal sacrifice. This is where they washed their hands and cleaned up before they went in. They had to be clean and purified before they went inside. Only the priest could come in here. And only the high priest could come back here to the Holy of Holies where the Ark of the Covenant was. So that's what it looked like. That's kind of the basic outline of what the tabernacle was. Today, we don't need a tabernacle. Today, we do not need that because we don't need the blood of goats or animals to atone for our sin. We have Jesus. Jesus came in person. He was born to Mary and Joseph. He was born into mankind, half God, half man. And he was the propitiation for our sin. He was the sacrifice, the Lamb of God. And God gave his Son to be sacrificed, his only Son, so that whoever believeth on him would have everlasting life. So that is what we have today. We don't need to have a traveling RV. We don't, for the Lord. He wants to dwell among us. Where does he dwell among us now? We are the temple of God. He dwells in each one of us. He dwells within us, in our hearts and in our minds. And we can talk to him. We don't need a meeting of tent. A tent meeting to go and find God. We don't need that. All we need to do is read the Bible, pray, and go to church. He talks to us through the Bible. He talks to us in our hearts and our minds and through prayer. He answers our prayer. He does. Sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no, and sometimes it's wait. One of those three things usually. So that's the story of the tabernacle. They were in the desert, wandering around, and every time the Lord told them to camp, they would erect this tabernacle. Now, the priests would have their robes, and their robes would be in those same colors, the blue and the purple and the scarlet. And they would have jewels embedded in them. So that's why the people of Israel needed jewels. They needed the gold, they needed the silver. When they first left Egypt, they were going to use all these things so that they could have a tent meeting place where they could go and meet with God. But we don't need that these days. God dwells within us. We are the meeting place. We are. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him would have everlasting life. and he dwells within you. All you need to do is pray and ask him into your heart. Say, Lord Jesus, I am a sinner. Please forgive me for my sin. Wash me white as snow. Say something like that. There is no particular one way to say it. Ask him to come into your heart, to change you and live inside you, and he will. If you're not sure about God, just say, God, show yourself to me. Prove yourself to me, and he will. He'll make himself known. I hope you decide to do that this day, because the time is short. I hope you decide to start letting God live through you. It'll change your life. I hope you enjoyed that story today. It's a true story. All of these stories that I have for you are true stories. True stories. The birth of Jesus in Bethlehem, true story. He died on the cross, true story. All of these stories in here, true stories. So I hope you believe today. I hope you open your heart and mind to Jesus. I'll see you next time. Bye.